Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So we're still in New York, and it is freezing cold. In fact, we were sent a message, or we saw something online that said that in New York this week it's colder than Antarctica.
It's very
And it's cold. And we're now in the flat apartment where we're staying, and I've got like 3 layers on, and I'm still cold. I'm thinking I'm going to put my jacket on in a moment. Anyway, such is life, but no matter rain, shine, freezing cold, or sweltering heat, we read the Bhagavatam.
Canto 4, Chapter 12, Text 8.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
The great sage Maitreya continued, My dear Vidura, when thus asked to accept a benediction from Kuvera, the Yaksha Raja, king of the Yakshas, Dhruva Maharaj, that most elevated pure devotee who was an intelligent and thoughtful king, begged that he might have unflinching faith in and remembrance of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. For thus a person can cross over the ocean of omniscience very easily, although it is very difficult for others to cross. Purport. According to the opinion of expert followers of Vedic rites, there are different types of benedictions in terms of religiosity, economic development, sense gratification, and liberation. These 4 principles are known as Chaturvagas. Of all the Chaturvagas, the benediction of liberation is considered to be the highest in this material world. To be enabled to cross over material omniscience is known as the highest Purushata or benediction for the human being. But Dhruva Maharaj wanted a benediction which surpasses even the highest Purushata liberation. He wanted the benediction that he might constantly remember the lotus feet of the Lord. This stage of life is called Panchama Purushata. When a devotee comes to the platform of Panchama Purushata, simply engaging in devotional service to the Lord, the 4th Purushata, liberation, becomes very insignificant in his eyes. Srila Prabhupada Saraswati has stated in this connection that for a devotee, liberation is a hellish condition of life. As for sense gratification, which is available in the heavenly planets, the devotee considers it to be a will-o'-the-wisp, having no value in life. Yogis endeavor to control the senses, but for a devotee controlling the senses is no difficulty at all. The senses are compared to serpents, but for a devotee the serpent's poison teeth are broken. Thus, Srila Prabhupada Saraswati has analyzed all kinds of benedictions available in this world, and he has clearly declared that for a pure devotee they are all of no significance. Dhruva Maharaj, shall I stop there and just point something out, because it's a really long purport.
Really long paragraph, I think. Yeah.
You know, because even when I'm reading it, I don't know about everyone else, but yeah, it's, you know, I'm not listening, so. So the point that stood out was right at the beginning, actually, well, and also that Dhruva Maharaj, okay, he's, you know, he wants to go beyond, you know, liberation, or at least Prabhupada explaining that this, what he wants is beyond liberation, which is to have remembrance and unflinching faith in the Lord. And then in that state, he's not really bothered where he goes, if I've understood correctly.
Yeah.
And so it's interesting because yesterday evening we were at Matchless Gifts, 26.
Second Avenue.
The Matchless Gifts. And we were discussing Prabhupada, and there's a picture on the wall which really struck me because I was really cold there. Looking at that picture of Prabhupada in his sannyas robes, thinking, oh my God, you know. And he is so much more older in age, so he's been used to the Indian heat for so many years. And first time you see snow, first time, you know, in New York weather, winter is biting. I just felt for him just looking in that picture. And when he first came, it's not like we came and we were prepared with somewhat scarves, hats, these coats. Oh, I just really felt, you know, and he was so dependent on the kindness of strangers and these young men and women that were there. So then my realization yesterday was, I just don't know why he stayed. Why he came and stayed as long as he did. I thought because he has this benediction that Dhruva Maharaj is asking for, this unflinching faith and remembrance in Krishna. He had it. He has it now, and had it. And I was trying to explain him. I don't think I did it so well, but my point was that he really was tangibly tasting Krishna consciousness, you know, to the point where you can transcend everything. You know, it's a bit like, the only way I can explain it, because obviously I'm not on that level at all. The only way I can explain it is if you have any deities, whether at home or in the temple, and if they turn around and talk to you, and I mean like literally no one else, but if your deities, whether that's at home or in the temple, actually turn around and spoke to you, I mean, where would your faith go? It'd be like, what? And they continue to do so, and they continue to send lots of love and that. I'm telling you, I mean, I know you'd think other things day to day that we focus on so much and that take up so much of our thought pattern and effort would melt away, because my focus would be on my, I was going to say friend, but on God. You know, I'd be like, whoa, wait, you are real. What? You know, Radharani's like talking to you, and like when we were dressing today, and you Gaura Chandra said to you, oh, you just put that too tight, that belt, or can you just move that? You'd be like, wait, what? It would become so tangible, and then you might be a bit freaked out as well, but you know, that's the only, I can't really describe it because I'm not even theoretically on that level. But you know, that's my point in a long-winded way, that what Dhruva Maharaj once had truly believed Prabhupada had, unflinching faith and remembrance, and that's why he transcended so much misery in this world, especially New York, to do what he did.
Powerful realization from a powerful personality. We call her Old Yeller around here.
In case you don't know, it's me, because you might think I'm the sofa. I've got no body, just a head. I didn't plan this colour coordination.
She's merged into the sofa.
Alright, should I read on? Did you want to read it?
Happy to read, but
Please do read.
Where did you leave off? Was it Dhruva Maharaj was?
Yeah.
Dhruva Maharaj was also a Mahabhagavat, or first-class pure devotee, and his intelligence was very great, Mahamati. Unless one is very intelligent, one cannot take to devotional service or Krishna consciousness. Naturally, anyone who is a first-class devotee must be a first-class intelligent person, and therefore not interested in any kind of benediction within this material world. There you go. Dhruva Maharaj was offered a benediction by the king of the kings, Kuvera, the treasurer of the demigods, whose only business is to supply immense riches to persons within this materialistic world. Sorry, it's a weird sentence. Dhruva Maharaj was offered a benediction by the king of kings. End of sentence. Kuvera, the treasurer of the demigods, whose only business is to supply immense riches to persons within this materialistic world, is described as the king of kings because unless one is blessed by Kuvera, one cannot become a king. There you go. Interesting. The King of Kings personally offered Dhruva Maharaj any amount of riches, but he declined to accept them. Therefore, he is described as a Mahamati, very thoughtful or highly intellectual. It's quite powerful. So, yeah, I like this because it's opening up aspects of personality of who people are. So, we understand, Dhruva Maharaj is a great soul. He's seen the Lord personally. And he was offered the benediction of having his own planet, which he will acquire, and which is the pole star. So he's a Mahabhagavat. Now you've got Kuvera, which maybe we know he's like the treasurer of the demigods, but he's also the king of the yakshas, and the yakshas are the persons that Dhruva Maharaj was just annihilating. We see his mood of magnanimity. We see his mood of coming forward and seeing the good in someone, highlighting the good instead of tripping out on the negative or the aspects that need to be improved. And here we see here is the King of Kings, because he's supplying all the funds and finance to anyone who wants to the demigods. So he's supplying opulence and funding for, pleasure for the demigods. So he's the King of Kings. And he's offered Dhruva Maharaj any benediction. And Dhruva Maharaj has said, no, I'm not interested in any of this. I just want pure devotional service. As you mentioned, Prabhupada. But, that's amazing. The person that supplies... Now, ask yourself, introspection time. If the King of Kings, the treasurer of the demigods, came to you and said, you're such a great devotee, such an exalted person, I want to give you a benediction, what would you say? No, mate. No, just pure devotional service for me. What do you think?
Are you asking me?
I'm asking everybody who's watching. Might include you if you're watching and paying attention, Old Yeller. Do you know the story of Old Yeller?
No.
All
Is it
right.
from the Bhagavatam?
No. Okay, shall we read on?
Yes. Text 9. The son of Idavida, Lord Kuvera, was very pleased, and happily he gave Dhruva Maharaj the benediction he wanted. Therefore he disappeared from Dhruva's presence, and Dhruva Maharaj returned to his capital city. Purport. Kuvera, who is known as the son of Idavida, was very pleased with Dhruva Maharaj because he did not ask him for anything materially enjoyable. Kuvera is one of the demigods, so one may put forward the argument, why did Dhruva Maharaj take a benediction from a demigod? The answer is that for a Vaishnava there is no objection to taking a benediction from a demigod if it is favourable for advancing Krishna consciousness.
That's powerful.
The gopis, for example, worship Katyayani, a demigoddess, but the only benediction they wanted from the goddess was to have Krishna as their husband. A Vaishnava is not interested in asking any benediction from the demigods, nor is he interested in asking benedictions from the Supreme Personality of Godhead. It is said in the Bhagavatam that liberation can be offered by the Supreme Person. But even if a pure devotee is offered liberation by the Supreme Lord, he refuses to accept it. Dhruva Maharaj did not ask Kuvera for transference to the spiritual world, which is called liberation. He simply asked that wherever he would remain, whether in the spiritual or material world, he would always remember the Supreme Personality of Godhead. A Vaishnava is always respectful to everyone, So when Kuvera offered him a benediction, he did not refuse it. But he wanted something which would be favourable to his advancement in Krishna consciousness. Interesting. If you get Kuvera offering you anything, like you said, I guess it's a test where we're at, because it's very good, like, to think, yeah, that's the right thing to do. But I was thinking about it when I was reading and thinking, what would you do if someone said, ask me anything?
No, not offer. And if someone said, offer me anything, that's not what they would say. They say, I can offer you anything.
So
No, you said, offer me anything.
I didn't.
Okay, sorry, what'd you say?
I said, ask me anything.
Oh, I didn't hear the ask.
I know, don't
We're going to rewind this. Wait a minute, we're going to rewind. If you put down there what you heard her say, did you hear her say, offer me anything?
Oh.
Anyhow, it doesn't matter.
I know it don't, so what?
If it didn't matter, then
Interrupting
why?
my talking, so I've lost them. Hare Krishna.
What would you do? What would you do if someone said, ask me anything?
Yes. God.
Well, don't lose your thought again when you pick it up and go.
I'm speaking like some people pause when they speak. It's not like anyway. I'm sorry, viewers. I'm sorry for him. I apologise. But so yeah, if you were like, if someone, now you're taking away from what I'm saying. God. So the point is,
Well, we're all waiting like anything to hear what you're going to say now. Go on, girl.
if someone was to say, ask me anything, so, what would you, think of your family, think of your kids, think of, some people may think wider than that, suffering that's going on in the world, in different parts of the world. Or maybe they'll just think of themselves that make me thin, make me rich, get me this promotion. Like if someone genuinely said, ask me anything, I wonder if we really dig deep, would it just be, would we not think, let me ask something from my family or friends, whatever, and say, no, don't worry about them, but I just want to remember the Lord. I just want to always have moments, despite me being miserable in this relationship and I'm suffering in that, apartment with asbestos and the horrible neighbours, but don't worry about all that. I just want to remember the Lord. Yeah. That's it. That's the thought for the day.
Hare Krishna. Okay. Please share any insights or thoughts you might have with that little reflection and introspection.
And shout out to Dawn, Sally, Sri Devi Gopi. Thank you for inquiring about us and caring what happened to us, and we're sorry we fell off the radar.
We're back on the radar now, though. Doot, doot.
And it doesn't mean we don't appreciate everyone else. I'm sorry, I'm just pointing out people that leave comments.
No, they cared. They spoke up. Nobody else did.
Oh,
Nobody
dear.
even missed us. I'm just kidding.
Oh, dear.
Thank you for watching.
Yes.
Please read the Bhagavatam. It is glorious. It's a wonderful thing to do. You can do it with your partner, even if they're not happy in the relationship and they feel like they're living in a flat with asbestos. I don't know where that came from.
No, that was a random example. We don't live in a flat with asbestos.
Okay.
At least that part are correct.
Ay, ay, ay. All right. See you all on the flip. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.